How we doing tonight, guys?
Welcome back.
Playing a little Bejeweled 2 tonight. We're gonna play the endless mode. I literally just picked this up. Didn't even realize Steam had it. I was gonna play Bejeweled 3, but it was like, fuck you. No, I'm not working. I had it working for all of like 6 minutes, one round. And it's like, nope, I don't wanna. I ought to get that returned. Anyways. It's something I've noticed that the older I get, the more my taste in games changes. Now, I know that there's a lot of people who say, oh, video games aren't fun anymore, you don't enjoy them, you just go through the motions, blah, 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 that's why you shouldn't. Look, buddy, I enjoy video games, okay? I've been a lifelong gamer. Granted, I don't game as much as I used to, and, oh, hey, cool power gen. But there's a whole list of reasons for that. Obviously, life, and I guess supposedly there's a neurological study out there that shows that the older you get, less inclined you are to just engage in that sort of thing. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but at the same time, when I'm gaming, I know I've got stuff to do. I have this little niggling feeling in the back of my head. Like, hey, you need to be doing this instead of gaming. I know. 5 more minutes. Ow. And then eventually I give in, get the stuff done, and just go right back to what I'm doing. But yeah. Ooh, that's... Should have left that Cayman Jack in the fridge for a little bit. I've had it sitting here like the last couple minutes while I was fighting with Bejeweled 3 to try and get it working again. But anyways, yeah, the older I get, the more and more my taste in games seems to change. Or actually, or maybe I'm coming back full circle and enjoying the games that I used to when I was younger. A little bit of nostalgia. Because when I first started gaming, I used to play games like Lode Runner, Super Mario, Yoshi's Island, Mario Kart, or Super Mario Kart, because my, oh hey, cool. My, grandmother on my mother's side had a Super Nintendo, and of course, my grandmother on my dad's side had a computer. We had computers in the house. So I played games like Lode Runner, Super Mario, played a bunch of... We had a copy of Main 32, which was the arcade emulator. So I played a bunch of arcade games. Played Descent. And then, as I got older, I started getting introduced, well, even when I was a kid, I was playing games also like Blaster Pal, and even when I hit like 10, 11 years old, I was still playing that. I was playing the ones meant for middle schoolers and the like. Anyways, played Chips Challenge. Played a lot of that, which I actually need to see about firing up again for a stream at some point. And then as I hit my teens, I started playing. I got hooked on StarCraft. I started playing a lot of StarCraft, and I started playing games like Army Men. My stepfather did this thing called mudding, which is multiple user domains, a text-based game, or text-based role play. Some people did it for like D&D and stuff, and tried getting into that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind text-based games, at least these days. But back then, I just couldn't get into it. And then, what else happened? Ooh, excuse me. Oh, not what else happened. What else did I start playing? Oh yeah, my early 20s, I still was playing a lot of older games. I actually went and started playing when I was late teens, early 20s. That's when I started getting into things like Call of Duty, Gears of War. The real famous Xbox titles I never had a chance to play back in high school. Also started playing, what was it? I actually had a chance to get my hands on Fallout 3. Which, that's going to be a whole nother topic I'm going to set up to talk about in a little bit. But, I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, I know I turned that down a little bit. Sorry about that. I ain't editing any of this. This is you're getting the raw dog footage. Yeah, I might just have my headset up too loud again. Not the first time. Anyways, what was I saying? I got Fallout 3. I played the hell out of that. Then I started playing. I played Halo Wars. Like I started catching up on all the games that I missed outside of, you know, Gears of War and Call of Duty. Rainbow Six Siege, or not Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six New Vegas, or Vegas. Yeah. Oh, that's real. Oh, speaking of which, I didn't play Fallout New Vegas till here recently. Like last 2-3 years recent. But that's when I started getting into open world games. So I started playing games like I also played Skyrim. Played the hell out of that. Played Crysis. Or Crysis 2. That was my first introduction to the Crysis series, was Crysis 2. Soul Calibur 4. I mean, I got introduced to all the games that I guess I miss. What we would call what a lot of people call these days the golden age of gaming. You know, the mid to late 2000s. But and then once I started working at the factory, my mid 20s, I played MechWarrior Online. I started playing a lot of more online multiplayer games like MechWarrior Online. I was playing Tribes and Tribes 2 for a while, but I was playing MechWarrior Online. I was playing, what else was it? I was playing Team Fortress 2. Started playing, I used to play a lot of roguelikes. I started picking that back up recently. I mean, I used to play the hell out of Bejewled as well. Played Frogger, Bejeweled when I was younger, and now I've started getting back into it, as you can see here. Alright, completed level. You're gonna regret that in the morning. Anyways. Yeah, game. And then basically I hit my mid and late 20s. I was still playing a lot of MechWarrior Online, but then I kind of began to play a lot of Doom. In fact, I think I played a lot of Doom just because my problem was I kept cheaping out on computers. And I would always get the cheapest computer I could find. Just because I didn't want to pay a shit ton of money, and it's bitten me in the ass on more than one occasion. More than one occasion. He who buys cheap often buys expensive. I think that's how the old German saying goes. Nice. Ooh, excuse me. Okay. And then, so I was playing a lot more multiplayer games, and then here recently I've noticed I've been migrating back to single player. Or if I do play multiplayer games, I don't play a lot of PvP anymore. I play PvE. I think a big part of it is I just don't have the patience to deal with all the, I guess, all the nonsense that goes on with all that. And even then, most games don't really capture my interest as much as they used to. Or if I do end up playing, I just end up going back to older titles just for nostalgia's sake, or if it's an older title I've never heard of, I play it. Sometimes it turns out great, other times I start regretting it. Looking at you, Space Trader Merchant Marine. Oh. But yeah, it's just... Surprised the hell out of me. Like, here's the thing. I actually do play some tabletop from time to time. I used to play a lot of tabletop back in high school. It's just these days, I don't really have the time for it. That's another thing. I love playing tabletop. I would happily sit down and play shit tons of D&D or play BattleTech 40K, whatever. But it's just, I don't have time for that either. Or the people I do have time, the people that I used to play with don't always have the time. I was talking to somebody a couple weeks ago, might have been a couple months ago, but I said I was catching up with someone, and I said, I don't really have anything to talk about. Adulting is boring because all I have to talk about is work. I know that's bad to say. You know, I've probably got a bunch of moves down here I don't know about, and I've missed every single one of them. Oh, god damn it. There we go. But yeah, it's just like, it's like I think another part of it is like the time thing. Like I said, I don't have the time for a lot of these games because that's something I've noticed. It seems like these days a lot of modern AAA games don't seem to respect your time. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't mind an open world game. I don't mind them, but at the same time, I kind of feel like there's this thin line between open world and massive time sink. Maybe I'm just being a grouchy old man. I mean, let's face it, I'm older. I'm one of the kids from the 90s. I was a 90s kid. 90s, early 2000s. So, yeah, I may seem like a fossil sometimes when talking about this sort of thing. But, I don't know. Because don't get me wrong, open world games were cool when they first came out. But it just feels like the games get bigger and bigger, there's more and more bloat, and the quality seems to decrease. Now, I'm not saying all games are bad, or all open world games are bad, or whatever. Well, I heard Zelda Breath of the Wild is pretty good. Although I did end up catching some flack over that. I was talking to somebody, it's like, I don't understand why this game's so big. It's like, welcome to the modern AAA bloat. A lot of people didn't like that because they're like, oh, just because you didn't like the game, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people got very defensive of that when I said, was it Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom? I know they're both, I think they're both open world. Well, it was either or. Like, I've seen them played, but I haven't played them. I was more commenting on the fact of just how big the game got. Versus, you know, its quality. You think when I said that I kicked their puppy? No, I don't play as many open world games as I used to. Well, again, I played Fallout New Vegas, I played Skyrim, I played Fallout 3. I played the hell out of Fallout 3. I didn't play the DLCs till much, much later because my Xbox didn't have a hard drive. I think I have my own 360. I think I already mentioned I have my own 360 copies. But anyways, I sunk well over 100 hours into that game, and I was still finding shit, which is kind of impressive now that I think about it. But I don't know. Now, I've dabbled a little bit in game design in the past, although I tend to lean more towards tabletop when I'm making stuff, or when I used to make stuff, than computer. Because game development's rough. I get that. But, fuck. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, I remember saying, yeah, back on the topic of not respecting your time, it just, especially a lot of the AAA games these days, it just feels more and more like it doesn't respect the player's time. It's like, you've only got so much time in the day. You, generally speaking, you're not going to want to play that one single game, because a lot of these games, like Stalker 2, I pre-ordered that. I don't know if I mentioned that already or not, but I pre-ordered Stalker 2. Got the great big deluxe one. Wound up with egg on my face because I couldn't get it running right. Had a lot of teething issues. But I think the first chapter of the game has like over 30 missions. I think it's what, 6, 7, 8 hours of gameplay. I get it. You want to throw as much shit out there as possible. You want to get as much cool shit in your game as possible, but where do you draw the line? Like I said, my taste in game, circling back to the topic of my taste in games, I don't have the time for open world games. I think it's a big part of it. Or if I do have time for open world games, it's very limited, and I don't think I'm going to be able to explore everything. But, you know, in hindsight, I shouldn't drink that. Shouldn't have started drinking this Cayman Jack, because now I can't think. Yeah, I'm just... And a lot of the games have a lot of bloat, like a lot of extra shit that it feels like they just tack on. Like, I can understand if you need that extra space for future updates. But throwing out 150, 160 gigs with a bunch of unnecessary shit in your game, no. I'm not going to be playing Call of Duty 89. That's going to have over it requires a full 2 gigs of space, eating up almost your entire if not your entire hard drive. That's because you only want me playing that game. But at the same time, I kind of want that game, if I'm going to sink my time into it, want it to be decent. I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm just bitching at this point, which is entirely possible. I think I'm running out of moves. Well, this is endless, so it'll keep me going with moves. Yeah, like I said, the older I get, I started switching from multiplayer PvE just because I don't feel like doing it. Here's another one, Fortnite. I tried playing that, believe it or not, a couple of times. And every single time it was the same damn thing. It's like, I was immediately reminded of why I hated this game. Like, just almost immediately. Don't be hating on Fortnite. Yeah, well. It's got an uninspired art style. Gameplay's kinda... It doesn't feel like it has a soul. And to be fair, as long as this game's last, it amazes me. It really does. A lot of games don't have that kind of lifespan. Kaboom. Yeah. Oh, neat. You know, I like PopCap. Beautiful art style. Made a lot of nice games that just about anybody can pick up and play. Kind of appreciate it. Shame they went under when they did. Oh, hey. Completed it. I wonder where they get all their pictures from. Do they paint them? Did they paint them? Did they take pictures? Wonder. I wonder. Hmm. Yeah, just like I said, I just think a lot of AAA games just don't seem to respect your time. A lot of modern games. I'm not saying that's everyone. There's plenty of games out there that do respect your time. Like Helldivers 2, that's a game that's respected my time on more than one occasion. I could pick that sucker up, play it for a little bit, put it down for I don't know how long, and I don't get penalized for it. Like I said, I think for everywhere, it does respect your time, but at the same time, that water mechanic, I mean, you do have a way to offset that. Excuse me. Getting your water bots. But that does increase the chance of a raid by the water thieves. Which honestly, if you're going to be stepping away for a while, you better be heavy loading on ammo. That way, in case you come back, you don't need, you're not scrambling for water. Or you stand a good chance of not getting your ass kicked. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. That's a game I haven't played in a while. Killing Floor. I love my job. Not really. Huh. Yeah. Wonder what if I even keep gaming in the future, I wonder what kind of games I'm going to end up playing. Will it be more of the same, or will I steadily devolve into the realm of the gacha? Nice, cheap, casual, self-AFK games. Oh, you want to hear something funny? I found out Tactics Core is still a thing. Tactics Core Online. Didn't know it was still a thing. I guess somebody brought it back. Plays really nice. It does. Maybe I'll do that as a video at some point. See if I can't con one of my friends into playing with me, so I get some footage for it. You know, I was real excited when I saw Tribes 3 was coming out. I never had a chance to I never got my hands on Ascend. I was never able to play it. Which would have been interesting. Hmm. Hmm.
Level complete.
Awesome.
Get ready.
Ooh. That's pretty. Yeah, I could have got an explosive gem right there. Oh, I was kind of aggravated yesterday. There's something I want to bitch about. Why is it nearly every new game on Unreal 5 is a buggy, almost completely unoptimized mess? Maybe this isn't true for every one of them, but it seems like every Unreal 5 game I've played so far, when I've tried to stream it, has had issues. Like major ones. I don't know if this was an issue on I don't know if they did an engine update that screwed something up or what. It feels that way. Again, maybe I'm the only one that's or maybe I'm just the only one that's complaining about it. Or maybe I'm I'm probably not the only one that suffered those issues. It seems like almost every time, every Unreal 5 game I've played just doesn't no. I don't want it. No, 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 no. I don't want it. I don't want to stream. I like the music for this. Let's see. Oh, it's funny. I think was it Team Fortress 2 or was it MechWarrior Online I was playing? But these dudes are like, I think I was live streaming at the time. It might have been MechWarrior Online. Like, hey, thanks, Farzi. This guy's a good dude. Gonna pay. I wish I could pay him with some. Yeah, I think it was TF2. They said they wish they'd reach out. They wanted to say thank you. All right, well, you want to thank me? Give me a bottle of whiskey. I think it's just something I miss about, or one of the things I miss about the old online world. I always felt like a sense of community, because I think these days they've got AI monitoring. And at least just some of the stupidest shit I have ever seen. Yeah, you can't have the usual online banter anymore. The closest thing you got these days is Discord. And God knows how people are going to react. Because you can never tell these days.
Level complete.
She sells seashells by the seashore. Sheesh. Ding ling 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 ling. All right. Something else I was going to say now. I completely forgot. I've been having a lot of those lately, the brain farts. Like, hey, I want to say this, or this, this, and this. And here's the funny thing. I had this whole thing. I was messing around on the Xbox trying to figure everything out. It's the first time actually in a while I've actually sat down and played on a console. Good long while. I do my video stuff on PC, but most of the time I just game on a console. At least when I get the time. Excuse me. But I had this whole thing I wanted to do for a video, and I have forgotten half of what I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I suppose it happens. Oh, hey. Kaboom. More boom. Ugh. Wow. I know matching games like this are a dime a dozen these days, but Bejewled still has this feel to it, you know? Now, granted, this is Bejeweled 2. I don't think I've ever actually played the original Bejeweled. I've just played Bejeweled 2 and 3. Maybe I'll give that a whirl at some point if I can find it, the original Bejeweled. I remember when Wild Tangent, I don't know, is Wild Tangent still a thing? I have to look at it, but they used to have a bunch of games, and a lot of them, well, a lot of the demos anyway, would come free on your computer. I think I saw my EDOS demo discs. I have a couple of them. I was going to use them in a video, but I could never get them working. And I was trying to figure out how to create a virtual machine so I could run it on it, and it turns out if you use an AMD graphics card, it doesn't like that. It really doesn't. Oh well. Alright, cool. Ugh. I'm about just under half a bottle. Yeah, that's something I don't see too often anymore. Hell, what? Actually, no. RTS games. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's some out there. Like I was playing Rusted Warfare recently. But I noticed you don't see too many new RTS games. It's a pretty niche genre. Well, I guess when you have classics like StarCraft, they kind of helps define the scene. Well, that and I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with that one. Alright, you know what? I think I'm going to polish off the rest of this. Gonna regret that in the morning. Anyways. Well, I probably got off topic more than once, but I appreciate everyone who decided to stick around for most of the video. If you decide to stick around to the end of the video, I do appreciate it. Sometimes these rambly videos are just what the doctor ordered. Anyways, I'll see y'all whenever I see ya. Peace out.